Hello? Sound check. Oh, wow. There is not a lot of latency there. That is pretty cool. Well, welcome. I figured that since Deno 2.0 was recently released, September 19th, and I've always been a Node user, and so I figured that perhaps this would be as good a time as any to check this out and kind of see what it's like. Like, what is Deno? I don't know how to pronounce it actually. I'm just gonna say Deno. I think it sounds cooler. Since Deno was just, release candidate was announced. It wasn't actually released. Does it have a timeline here? I don't know. You're actively seeking. No, that's not it. Okay. Well, anyway, let's see if we can get started here. Check out Deno. I guess I'll call it Deno then, maybe. But I want to install version 2.0. And so how would I go about doing that? JSR, TypeScript first, ESM package registry. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just have like a lot of questions starting with how do I install the... Oh, whoa. You know what? Well, actually, I suppose I don't really know, do I? Deno install. Let's see. Install 2. Let's give that a shot, shall we? Changes for Deno 2. Okay. Currently, Deno install is used to install scripts. No. Doesn't really sound like what I want, does it? Installation. But this is still an old version though, isn't it? Okay, so the stream is actually a bit delayed then. For a second there, it was like really very low latency, but it looks like it might have returned back to a bit of latency, unfortunately. Oh, you know what, actually? Hold on. I feel like I'm still kind of getting used to this whole YouTube streaming thing. I wonder what like the best setup for YouTube streaming is. I'm a bit curious of that. Maybe I should look that up. Ooh. No, that wasn't it. All right. Oh yeah, you know what? Well, I guess okay. There's pretty good. So here, to update it previously, so you can run. You can also upgrade. Maybe that's how to do it, or does that not do? Well, they have a migration guide. Perhaps I can just use that. Greatly improves dependency management. Okay, that's for dependency management. I don't really want that. Can I, let's see. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, sure. All right. Now I think Deno version doesn't work. Okay. Deno version. Oh wait, was it? No, it's not that. Let's see here. Manual docs. Get started. All right, I did this. I believe that I ran that already. I'll say, quite sure that I did this already, but okay. And it's not found. Additional install options can be found here. After installation, you should have the Deno executable path. You can verify this. Okay. So we must have just not done the path correctly. Okay. Deno was added to the path. This is the same thing. Let's do that then. Let's open. Let's see. Let's open. Let's open this, and then I'm just gonna stick this over here. Let's do Deno. Just add these things here. And I think my username is just my name there, right? Let's try this here now. Okay. However, it gives me more. That's quite interesting. Why does 2 slashes give me more information? Rusty. Okay. That works. So we just have to add it to the path. Oh, you know what? Maybe we didn't actually have to add it to the path. It's possible that we just needed to restart the command line, the terminal window, and we didn't do that. Anyway, what I want to do though is I want to upgrade to version 2 is really what I want. So Deno upgrade to version 2. How would I go about doing that? And I don't think it's going to be this really. Oh, you know what? It might be. Let's try it. If anyone ends up knowing, let me know. 2.0. Does that work? No. RC. Is that an option? No. That is also not an option. Okay. Invalid. Would I find this maybe in their GitHub? Perhaps. It'd be pretty embarrassing actually if it was just here. Somewhere. Oh, there you go. To try out. There you go. That's what we need. All right. So now we're on Deno RC 2.0 RC. All right, great. So let's. I guess I have some questions about Deno. My understanding is that it is simply a runtime, right? In the same way that Node.js provides, I guess not just a runtime. Well, yeah. In the same way that Node.js provides the ability to run JavaScript in the server, Deno is doing the same thing. So having said that, let's see if we can actually just kind of get a quick win, and we'll just maybe try and build our first little hello world application, which, you know, super common thing to try and do. So let's do that. So index.ts. Now, I believe that Deno also provides built-in support for what's it called, for TypeScript. So Deno serve. I did not want that. I wanted Deno. I want that to, yeah. Do I have to import something? Serve request. And we'll just return new response. Hello world. Okay. Trying to find name Deno. Yep, that's cool. Deno can be used for many applications, but most commonly used for web servers. Let's take a look, shall we? I did watch, I think his name is Theo's video on the walking through the differences, what's new about version 2. It's pretty cool. Maybe we can take a step back here, actually. We'll just write our quick win greet function here. Whoops, name is a string. We'll return a string. Return. Hello. All right, let's just run this. We'll say Deno, and this is our index. Cool. All right, well, we kind of, I think, knew that was going to happen, right? So that's cool. Making a Deno project. Next steps. Let's check this out here. Are there, like, to what extent will this documentation still be relevant for Deno 2.0 is my question. I think it's a relevant question. And are there docs yet for that? Learn more. Let's see. Let's check this out here. What's next? Okay. That's cool. Let's maybe just kind of walk through these. If there's issues that we run into, we'll just kind of try to sort them out as we run up against them. So let's just see kind of what we end up getting to. And I think maybe we'll just do, I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to go through everything, but certainly we'll do the going through getting started, and then we'll go through maybe as much of the fundamentals as possible. I mean, some of it might be like quite a bit. Oh, actually, that's not that long. It's a little bit longer. Yeah. So we'll see kind of maybe how we get through those. But anyway, all right, cool. Let's delete this. Don't need that anymore. That was pretty basic. Deno has many built-in tools to make your development experience as smooth as possible. One of these tools is Project Initializer, which creates a Deno project with a basic file structure and configuration. You are welcome to use JavaScript. Deno has built-in part of it, so you'll be in this guide. If you prefer to use JavaScript, okay, cool. To initialize new Deno project for the following. All right. Init first. What did that do? Give us first. All right, let's go open up first. Cool. Deno.json. Looks like we have some stuff. And then main. Import. Put it down main. Property main does not exist on import. Okay, interesting. And we have a test. Does Deno have its own test library? That'd be pretty cool. If you don't have to like do anything about, if you don't have to add anything extra just to get some like basic tests, I think that'd be a pretty big win. I had heard that the guy, I think his name is Ryan Dahl, who created Node then Deno. I had heard that he really took a lot of inspiration from Go. Really liked how Go did things. Which I will say, like, having used Go, I used Go for like 3 years, and Go was a pretty great language. I really enjoyed it. All right, so let's see. Deno has many built-in tools to make it. Oh wait, we just did that. All right, so we got here the Deno JSON file is created to configure a project. Let's go look at that, shall we? And 2 type files are created. Main and main is used. Yeah, main. Actually, you know what? Main is something from Go, like calling it. Well, actually, it's not. Maybe not from Go, but I remember that in Go that was the standard, where you would have like a main.go file, and that's kind of like the beginning, the entry point of your application. So yeah, that's pretty familiar, I would say. Cool. On the initial creation, it will contain a simple program which adds 2 numbers together. Let's check that out here. Okay, yeah, you can see that. Call this function. Makes sense. All right. Looks like that's. Okay, so this is. This is where you can write tests. Initially, this contains a test for your addition program. All right, let's check that out. Yeah, cool. Run your thing. Okay, let's do that. Let's do. Ooh. Whoops. All right, that makes sense. I don't know why we're getting this here. So that's interesting. We'll have to see. Then it also has a built-in test runner. That's pretty awesome. You can write tests for your code and run them with Deno test command. Run the tests in your project. Okay, Deno test. All right, sounds pretty reasonable. Looks like assert equals add, and we want to say that equals 5. Go back here. Okay, if we were to say like minus. We would expect that that not be the case, right? That makes sense. Whoops. Okay, rerun that. Passing. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Now you can have a basic. Now you have a basic button. Start putting an application. Check out the tutorials or examples for. Okay. Let's see what kind of tutorials we have. Fetch and stream data. Make executable scripts. Convert. Oh yeah, that's cool. Write a file server. That's interesting. Web frameworks and libraries. Deploying Deno projects. DigitalOcean. Connect databases. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right. Let's go back here and just kind of go to the next section here, which is set up your environment. I don't know why that's taking a little bit to load, but okay. Alright, Deno comes with many of the tools that are commonly needed for development, including a full language server to help power your IDE of choice. This page will help you set up your environment to get the most out of Deno when you're developing. We'll cover how to use Deno with your favorite IDE. We'll generate how to generate shell completions. Okay, cool. Visual Studio Code, that's where I'm at. So if you haven't already downloaded and installed video code, yep. In the extension tab, type Deno. Let's do that here. And okay. And then what we'll do is, looks like we have 2 viewers right now. Curious where you guys are from. Welcome. Thanks for checking this out. We're just, I keep hearing about Deno and I've never seen it before, never looked at it before. So I just figured I'd check it out and stream my experience live and see how it goes. Yeah, I was, Control-Shift-P, type Deno initialize workspace configuration. I guess I just added this dot here. Okay. Oh, this would be this. I actually didn't get that. Okay. Unstable true. All right. Well, I'll leave that right there for right now then. Keep going there. That's it. You've successfully set up your developer environment. Okay. That was pretty. Oh, okay. And it did take away the errors that I was having. All right. So that's cool. Now let's go to the command line interface and kind of just read up a little bit about that. Deno's a command line program. Deno. Command line interface, CLI can be used to run scripts. As bad as you compile your code into standalone executables, you may be familiar with some commands as far. Okay. Unset of subcommands. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Maybe we don't have to like read this in detail then. It seems like relatively straightforward. So you can run a local type script. Okay. Then it supports running scripts directly from URLs. That's pretty cool. You can also run a script by piping it through standard input. That's cool. Passing script arguments. Passing script arguments. Okay. These arguments can be used to customize the behavior of your program. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. So let's see. So let's say like, maybe, let's write a new function and let's say export. I don't know if does it have to be exported? That's an interesting question. Okay, so add. Let's call this add or subtract, and then we'll say the first argument is going to be the op, and that will be a string, and then we'll say if op equals plus cool else if op equals minus then minus. All right, cool. And then actually, yeah, we'll do add or subtract. Let's console log this though. Let's do console. And then here we'll say Deno args 0, and then actually let's just do all args. How about that? Can I do that? Why doesn't that work? Argument type of string. Oh, okay. Can I just parse this as an int? There you go. Yeah, nope. Whoa. I wanted this. Okay. You return a number. Just put that there so it doesn't give me a problem. All right, now it looks like if I wanted to do this, we could just run this program again, but pass in plus, and then 1 and 2. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. So we got that going. That's nice. Argument and flag ordering. Note that anything passed after the script name will be passed as a script argument and not consumed as a Deno runtime flag. Okay. So it's the following pitfall. Good, we grant permission. Bad was passed to. There's a net permission. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. One of the things that I also read about Deno, and I don't know if this is specific to version 2.0 or if this is just a thing across the board, but one of the things that I did learn is that you have to explicitly give it the various permissions that you want. So for example, if you want it to be able to access the network, you have to explicitly give the permissions for it to do that, which I think is pretty cool. Certainly helps with security. But I like the idea of like, zero trust as a default and kind of giving the necessary permissions that you need from there. Certainly it can be easier sometimes to just kind of operate with this like wide open net, so to speak, but also can be very dangerous, obviously. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, common flags. Okay, so we have watch mode. That's cool. Nice. Hot module replacement mode. Interesting. Flag with you to run. To enable the hot module replacement mode, instead of restarting the program, the runtime will try to update the program in place. If updating in place fails, the program will be restarted. That's pretty cool. Integrity flags, lock files, cache. All right, cool. Let's do something kind of like fun, maybe. Perhaps. Let's like build an API of some kind. How about that? Mention stream date. Well, that's interesting. We could maybe like start with that, perhaps. Why don't we do that? So let's get rid of this. Let's clear this out. Deno brings several familiar web APIs to the server-side environment. If you've worked with browsers, you may recognize the fetch method and the streams API, okay, which are used to make network requests and access streams of data over the network. Deno implements these APIs, allowing you to fetch and stream data from the web. All right, cool. Well, I mean, honestly, like that's not anything crazy. Let's like, is there like an API framework? How would I go about Deno API framework? Let's see. Is there like a state of web frameworks on Deno? Curious what this looks like here. Create a project. It seems like Deno, like there's not a ton different between the two. It's just a matter of like various compatibilities. Perhaps the API is well, maybe it's different, maybe it's not, but like if you can run React and Next and use all that stuff, and if there is broad support for npm packages, like I would imagine that you could still use like things that you're maybe already accustomed to. I mean, this is all like pretty normal stuff, right? Yeah, I don't know. I seems to be that this wasn't like we need an official backend framework. Okay. Another option other than Oak is how much works well with data. On a project look interesting. Let's see. Oops. What on web standards? And is it like how widely supported is it? Is another question, I think. 19th, okay, yeah, pretty good. Yesterday, yeah, it's pretty good. Hano Web Application Framework. Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm kind of understanding from this is that perhaps there really wasn't as much to really learn as I thought there was. It's really just more of like a replacement for Node, but like ultimately on a daily basis, you're not really concerning yourself. Certainly you use Node, but like I feel like I mostly am kind of living in like Next.js world or React world or Express.js world, as opposed to actually doing something like touching Node explicitly, consciously myself. Certainly I'm working with Node and touching Node while I'm working on a project that is using Node, but it's mostly me interacting with something like React or Next.js as opposed to working with, Node APIs or something like that to actually do stuff myself. And perhaps that's the same for Deno. So having said that, I truthfully thought that this video would be a little bit more interesting. And perhaps, yeah, I mean, perhaps there's like an alternative that I could, do something else. And I'll try that. So, yeah. Anyway, that'll be it for this one.